Welcome back to the podcast, nerds. It's your old pal Larry Brantley coming to you live from my bedroom closet because this is the pre-recorded intro for this week's episode because 2/3 of us were out of town this week. Micah Donahoe is a biker dude, and if you actually want to call yourself a biker dude, then at some point you have to make the pilgrimage to Sturgis. And so that's what he's been off doing. Brent and his lovely wife had a lovely anniversary vacation away from town because apparently they still enjoy each other's company enough to go on trips together, which is great. So here I am all alone in my bedroom closet doing the intro. Hey, we would like you to be a member of the Nerdherfers community. All you have to do is go out to nerdherfers.com and subscribe to receive updates about when we drop new episodes and other kinds of fun stuff that we're going to have going on the website. Also, if you would kindly please go out to Instagram, go out and follow us at Nerdherfers. That's our handle, at Nerdherfers. Because as soon as we get to 100 followers, we are going to give something cool away. And who doesn't like free stuff? Well, since 2/3 of us were out of town this week, we are going to do another highlight episode for you, which we're going to call The Best Bits Part 2. Episodes 6 through 10. Now, these are going to be the episodes in which we geeked out about things like 80s tech, our favorite desert island movies, even Monty Python's Flying Circus, all while enjoying cigars and whiskey and more or less each other's company. So we hope you enjoy this best of episode. Take it away, boys.
I'm getting something that's got kind of starts off sweet. On the
cognac.
On the cold draw.
Ooh, cognac, he said.
Well, and the reason why is because I don't want my my cap to fray. Mm-hmm. I always kind of suck on the end of it a little bit before I punch it. So it's a real nice...
That's what she said?
Just aside. I knew it. He couldn't resist.
All right. So what I've done is I have picked up something that was near and dear a very long time ago for me.
If you say Mad Dog 2020, I'm going to punch you right in the throat.
I got to go get...
That's all for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on Nerdherfers.
All right, so get this. So as inflation happens, the cost goes up again, and I'm not like the Monte Cristo silver that we or platinum that we did before.
Right.
But this is not an all the time thing. But I'm going to go ahead and unveil this beauty.
I love how every single time you
Mike.
bring something, you say this is not an all the time thing. So far, it's been all the time.
Right.
Hey, if you're going to
Whether
complain,
it's cigars or whiskey, it's been all the time. So no, I'm not complaining. I'm merely pointing out that at some point you will disappoint us because you're going to say this is not an all the time. You're not going to lead with that. You're just going to go, here's the bottle I brought this week, and it is going to be Mad Dog 2020.
You know what? I'm not going to bring that. It's going to be wine night, and it's going to be night train.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well, I thought you were going to say Boone's Farm Strawberry
19
Hill.
crimes.
All right.
Oh my God, which is a crime. They should call it 20 crimes. Okay,
the unveiling.
Give us the reveal.
Oh, that's so
man,
pretty.
It's
Look at
so
that bottle.
pretty, that bottle.
Is that gorgeous?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I love the Dalmore. Aside from the fact
Why is
they
it
make a
half
great
gone,
Scotch.
Micah?
That's not true.
It's
With a beautiful
Brent
silver
is making
stag.
a joke now.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that sherry note's right up front.
So I know I tell the joke all the time, and this is not a joke this time. Right on the nose, as I get this,
Tobacco.
I feel like I just walk. Shh.
Once again, Brent stepping on Micah's glory.
It is a cigar malt.
Sláinte. Yeah, here we go. Going in. Oh boy,
I could drink that all day.
Wow.
that is baby making whiskey.
Oh
right
my gosh,
there.
I don't make
that
enough
is
money
just-
to have this in my cabinet
Wow,
all the time.
I feel like if my wife just had a sip of this, she'd wake up pregnant. That is just so good. All right, so we are off and running with a really good cigar from.
You know what? Cancel this episode. We're just going to sit here and drink this scotch. Smoke these cigars.
Well, that's our sign off. Thank you guys so much.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We got absolutely nothing accomplished this week. We'll see you next time.
Okay, I am totally done interrupting.
For now.
For now.
I was going to say, not
That
for
is
the
so
night,
adorable that you say that.
right?
Because
That's
one
pretty
of
much
the
what the
regular
show
things
is.
on this show is that you just elbow your way in. And I love that about
Well,
you,
between
Micah.
the two of you, I have to.
Yeah, keep
Although-
talking.
Last episode, I was listening to the bonus episode we released this morning, And Micah is very patiently and very kindly saying, okay, well, are those all your thoughts on that subject? And he was just so waiting to get started.
I was trying so hard.
And then he
means
rips
he's not
into that
actually listening to anything
2-day-long
we're saying.
diatribe about that movie.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Which is its own bonus episode that no one will listen to.
Yeah. So that is Micah's very nice way of letting us know he hasn't listened to a word we've said. He just wants to know if we're finished making words with our mouths.
He's waiting for us to finish talking so he can say what he wants to say.
So let's push
You're
on,
not an
shall
active
we?
listener, Micah.
Sorry, Larry, what were you saying?
Let us push on. Yeah, exactly. So we've got...
I guess you guys know I'm a software developer by trade, right?
Wait,
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
You're a software developer?
Yeah.
And a good one.
Yeah.
Kiss ass.
True that. I mean, no, thank you. Which I think we don't get today because now technology is so pervasive, you know.
And throwaway.
You're right. Exactly. You're welcome, future, by the way. That's the 80s talking. MTV launched on August 1st, 1981.
Yes.
With what video, boys?
Video killed the
Yes!
radio star.
Thank you. We can continue to be friends.
NES came out.
Yeah.
There you go. And the first mobile phone was released by Motorola. That nice little brick phone.
Big brick one from
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
They
Yeah.
gave you brain cancer every time you talked into it.
And everyone around you.
Yes. That's what turned Bill Bixby into the Hulk.
That's right.
1984, the Apple Macintosh came out. And I've saved the best and probably the most controversial for last. CompuServe introduced a little format called the Graphics Interchange Format. Yes. Also known as the GIF. It's the GIF. It's called a GIF.
I'm going to smack you. You know, the creator,
we've never had a knife fight on
creator
this
of the
on this
GIF.
show. Answering machines pretty much decided the course of my career because my mom bought an answering machine, and the very first day, I left an outgoing message, and the outgoing message that I left was, of course, funny in nature.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
But back then,
Do you remember what it was?
I actually do, because back then your outgoing message was 30 seconds long, whether you wanted it to be or not. You hit a button and you're recording for 30 seconds. It didn't give you the option to do it shorter or longer. So I was trying to figure out how to make 30 seconds funny. And so I opened up in an English accent where I basically said, "This is the Brantley household. No one is available right now. Please leave a message after the beep. And now, for absolutely no reason, here is a song about Chinese people." And then I played, there's a Monty Python song that Eric Idle wrote called I Like Chinese. And I just played that all the way to the beep.
That's fantastic.
And what was funny about that was it made my mom so popular because half the time in the evening she would pick up the phone when it rang, and it was a total stranger who said, "Oh, I was just told to call this number to hear the outgoing message on your answering machine." That is kind of when I knew that my career path had been decided for me, when I actually had a pager. I worked for a nightclub, and I was the head bouncer, and for some reason, they thought they just needed to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
And all I did was give that number to girls who went to the club.
I was going to say,
speaking of which.
I did not need a pager when I was 18, but I got a pager. I wasn't dealing drugs.
Are you sure?
I didn't have an escort service. I just
I
had a
didn't.
pager. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That was the airplane. Yeah.
Yes, but the name of the game itself was Sopwith.
Yeah.
And you could do loop to loops.
Yeah.
No barrel rolls because it was all just
Yeah, it was straight
2D
2D.
scrolling.
It was way before Star Fox.
Yeah.
Do a barrel roll.
Oh, big time. Yes. Showing how cool our graphics are.
Because
I'm
all that
pretty sure-
was the Casio, calculator watch writ large.
I'm pretty sure those calculator watches were just girl repellents.
100%. You might as well have a pocket protector
I
while
mean,
you're at
if
it.
you had that on your wrist and you walked into a bar, it would basically saying, "Ladies, don't talk to me."
Yeah.
So,
Like sweater vests. Well, my daughter discovered John Cusack, 2 films. High Fidelity and Gross Point Blank.
Definitely great ones.
And not in the 80s, But she was like, "Oh my God, Dad, do you know about this guy John Cusack?" And I'm like, "You need to see a little movie called Better Off Dead."
And I See You and Raise You. That is what I showed my girls.
$2.
very first. That is the first John Cusack movie that I ever showed them. And you know what's funny is that as I continued to watch Better Off Dead, enjoying it for what it was, I don't know why, but for many, many years, it didn't really occur to me that that whole movie was about suicide.
I mean, it's in the title.
It is, but if you think about if you think about
Oh my God.
logically, yes, but
I also had a Mattel NFL football handheld game. Do you remember those?
Yep.
oh yeah,
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like 4 dots,
yes.
and you would just
And,
like this.
then they came out with basketball, and you're like, wait, this is the same game.
Same thing.
And then they came out with soccer, and you're like, wait, this is the same game.
I just put a little bit of the end of my cigar in the scotch, just for a little bit of cross draw.
Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger, we're
Yeah,
not
right.
going to do that.
He does tequila, doesn't he? I think.
He does do tequila. To
Hey,
each his own.
Hey, if that's the way he enjoys it, who are we to
That's
tell
what
him?
I just said.
Yeah, don't be vegan about it.
Don't be vegan about it.
I have a rug, like a small doormat, in my garage of the
Well, is it a
controller.
rug or a doormat?
Yeah.
Because they're very
Apologies.
different things.
Apologies, not rug, doormat.
Okay.
In my garage of the NES controller.
Oh, nice.
I have this car. It's kind of like a motorcycle.
I'm sorry. It's a motorcycle.
I meant to say motorcycle.
It's got 2 wheels and handlebars. It's a motorcycle.
Well, one
and
of the
there's an
things
engine.
that
Dragon's Lair.
Oh my gosh.
and followed up by Space Ace.
yeah.
I don't remember Space Ace.
Oh,
Yeah.
Space Ace was just like Dragon Slayer, except more
Dragon's
Lair.
Lair.
Dragon's Lair.
Not Dragon Slayer. That was a great movie in
You,
the
you
80s.
hear the congestion in my nose, right?
I'm sorry. Thought I was talking to a middle-aged woman.
It was his
Well,
Alabama
sometimes you
accent.
It's his Alabama
Dragon's
accent.
Lair.
Tell you about that Dragon Slayer. I was the class clown, which meant that I was very popular with girls, but which also meant that I
Couldn't
was
get a date.
only ever friends with those girls. Until,
You're like the brother I never had.
yeah.
You know what?
Until
You're not wrong.
I could use music to express my feelings for girls
I just had
that
this
I
picture-
couldn't say out
Preach.
loud.
I just had this picture of Larry walking up to a girl in his headgear, going,
Never had that. But go
"I-
ahead.
I made you a mixtape.
I make
Yeah.
you a mixtape.
Sorry, you're
You
thinking of the
listen
wrong
to my
Larry.
mixtape. During Christmas, my all-time favorite Christmas song of all time, was Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Oh, yes.
So
Yep.
while I'm sitting
Yes,
there,
that is on my Christmas list, bro.
I'm happy to hear that. I am so happy.
Ding, 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 ding,
yes.
ding, 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 ding.
Very good.
Love that song.
All right,
So,
let's just do the
I'm
whole song
on
like
this.
that. Come on.
I could. So
We both could.
yes, and we will in the Christmas episode.
That might be the outro music for this one, bro. I don't know. Just might be.
I call into the radio station, and it's a Sunday morning, and they're taking requests because DJs on Sunday morning are bored. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there, and I was like, "Hi, I was hoping that you might be able to play Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses." He goes, "Are you having trouble with the one you've got?" And I was stumped. I was like, "I don't get this guy's joke." I was like, "Ah." And then
just play the song.
he proceeds. He's like, "All right, man, thank you," and he clicks it off. And I'm sitting here thinking about it because, of course, that's all pre-recorded, right?
Yep.
And I'm thinking it, and I hear the sound, ding, 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 and I'm like, shit! And I unpause it and record it, and it's my voice talking to the DJ that leads into the
You
song.
got on the radio.
I was so stoked, man.
You got on the radio.
I think I still have that cassette somewhere
Oh,
too.
I love. Okay, find it.
I will
And
find
we'll
it.
find a way for Brent to play it on a future episode.
Definitely.
because we got to have that.
Yeah. We'll have to time travel back to the 80s and find a cassette deck I can play it on.
If anyone can do it,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah. I could probably rig something up.
I believe in you.
I believe you can fly.
Okay.
On the wings of eagles.
Oh God.
Because you know what, Micah? You're the wind beneath my wings.
You are. And then you had your dual cassette deck.
Yeah.
And then you could actually record specific ones and arrange things exactly
I
the way
actually
you needed
went to Radio Shack, And they used to have this little. Actually, I think I still have it.
Some of y'all are gonna need to Google Radio Shack.
I think, and I honestly think I still have this. I think it's in a box in my closet. But they sold a little 4-channel mixer, and I would take a couple cassette decks, and I would literally blend, fade in and
out.
songs.
Oh, skills, mad skills.
Yeah.
You were a DJ before they knew what those were.
Right. Ricky, Wiki. Before
downtown Julie Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have been better if you would have handed her calligraph lyrics for every song you put on the tape. But what am I?
Yeah, Larry.
I don't
have
think
really
that's true, actually. No, I'm going to disagree with that.
I made you the mixtape, and I wrote these really pretty lyrics after you. Please love me.
Please love me.
Over and over again.
I just want to make out with you. Is that so hard? Did a moth just fly into your nose?
Yeah, it did. Right when I said that. It was my sign. Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about. But
moth just got Brent just got bitch slapped by a moth. That's what. It's never happened on the show before, but first time for everything.
On my cut when I ride, I actually took the string with the little Johnny Walker logo off of the Johnny Walker Blue bottle and laced it through my pocket.
Nice.
So that I'm always riding with it.
So you got street cred.
Hell yeah.
People roll up on you and they're like, they see that string and they're like, oh, back off.
They're
man.
like, oh, right. Don't mess with that guy.
This dude's like one level below the Punisher.
Or
thanks for tuning in. On behalf of myself, Larry Brantley, Micah Donahoe, and Brent Williams, we very much appreciate you being a part of all of this. Good night, everybody. And Micah says,
live long and prosper.
Thank you so much. And by the way, Brent, you need a sign off.
Well, I was about to point out that not once tonight did we say, put your shirt back on.
Well, now that we've got that fit in.
So there you go. I'm done. That's my sign off.
So, by the way, none of us are wearing a shirt right now. So
we're
all going to put our shirts back
and
on.
Put your shirt back on.
And call it a night.
Welcome back, nerds. How are you doing? I am Larry Brantley. I'm sitting across, as always, from Micah Donahoe.
Hello.
And Brent Williams, who just doesn't say anything, even though it's an audio-only podcast.
Hello.
Oh, my God. Every single time. Yeah. We call him Short Bus Brent. But anyway.
We're going to do a giveaway, some free merch.
And who doesn't love free merch?
Who doesn't love free
I
merch?
love free everything.
You know who? Communists. That's it.
Damn Reds.
If we were selling beets or toilet paper, they'd be all over that damn website.
When I smoked a pipe 1,000,000 years ago and stopped, I think
Damn, you're old.
I know. I never got
You
used
do not
to...
look 1,000,000 years old. I'm just going to say that.
know?
I know our audience can't see you, but I am standing or sitting right across from you.
I don't like to openly talk about vampirism, but...
Hey, what we do in the shadows stays in the shadows.
Nice.
Great show, by the
All
way.
right, I'm ready to light. You ready to light?
Yeah, let's
Let's We're talking too much.
So on that cold draw, I wanted to bring up something that I noticed that I guess I never really had noticed before, but I was feeling a lot of Raisin Bran. It goes away once you light it, but I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting raspberry lip smackers.
I'm getting... Y'all remember that lip gloss in the 80s that the girls used to love? It was like strawberry cream or something like that.
Dr. Pepper or bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight we're going to travel to a faraway land.
What's it called?
I want you to join me on this journey.
The magical land of...
Oklahoma.
I've heard of such a place. I didn't think that it really existed, and certainly I didn't think they were making whiskey there. I think
It's like
that
those
that
hands
first
out of
sip,
It's like those hands out of Labyrinth that
I
are
think
just like
that
moving you down
first sip
slowly.
just loosens some phlegm I've had since 1987. That is definitely a warm.
So drinking is good for you.
I think science has already proven the point on that one. Of course, it's good for you.
I'm going to pass on the ice. I'm really enjoying it for what it is.
You are such a gentleman.
Oh,
Yeah. You see all the hair coming out of his t-shirt?
I don't have a lot, fellas.
I just realized that he's wearing a Flynn's Arcade shirt, and it's done in hair. It's so cool. It's amazing.
That's a nice
That
man
must have
sweater.
taken
you got
hours,
there.
Michael. Well done. Actually, when I sent them the topic yesterday, Brent immediately texted me back, "Damn you to hell."
Yep.
I said
So-
it in my head.
Yeah, I know. But, well, I appreciate that about you, Micah. As you know, Brent has no filter.
Well, this morning, as I was trying to think of my third movie and battling over which of the 2,137 movies I should pick, it brought to mind the death scene.
2,137?
Yes.
Yes.
Those are my
Which, by the way,
those are my
since
backup
Brent
lists.
loves to step on everybody's,
Yeah.
thunder, the topic of conversation tonight is
Oh, crap.
you have. It's not crap. but thanks for blowing it, buddy.
Oh, dang it. I'll edit that
I
out.
love ADHD. It's
I'll edit that
entertaining
out.
as all hell.
May I have your hand for a moment?
Yeah, slap that shit.
No. No.
Bad Brent. No biscuit.
Bad Brent.
Bad Brent.
1981.
Okay, good start.
Heavy metal.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Let me tell you why this movie is
Coming
so
out with the big guns.
special. Because I'm very young the first time I've ever seen it. So now I've got
Well, it had boobs in it.
animated boobs.
Animated boobs. Like, does life get any better when you're in your tweens?
Let's just talk about the most
Mike is
badass
like-
warrior of
Mike-
all time, Tarna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Also the hottest warrior of all time.
Hottest warrior.
Mike is like, I didn't know you could draw boobs. That opened up a whole new world for you,
I
didn't it?
know. And where are her panties? Oh, wait, she's putting them on right now.
Okay, well, the movie I'm going to start with, and these aren't in any particular order, or maybe this is for me, and this is probably just a gimme. You guys are not going to be surprised at all, but 1980, Empire Strikes Back.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
What's
that
is
one about?
Is that a Star Trek franchise
I'm
movie?
pretty sure it was like a Battlestar Galactica kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
It was
Mary
where the
Poppins.
Cylons strike back
At the Enterprise?
at the Enterprise.
Dude,
yeah.
it's a Mary Poppins movie.
Empire Strikes Back. Well, defend your choice.
Defend.
I don't think I have to defend it.
Oh, no.
Is that
no.
why you picked it? Because you want to talk as little as you can on a podcast? Brent is going to continue to look cool in his Panama jacket.
That's right.
Hey, it's awesome.
Thank you. I got it from a Cuban frame.
But did you do your Cuba
Who lives in Fredericksburg? Finish that story, pal.
I have a question for you, and this is a hint for the movie. Do androids dream of electric sheep?
I know the answer.
I considered this one for one of my picks. I was going to put it in honorable mention, and I am so excited that you brought this up.
And
Well, you know
it
what I was
is?
going to do? And I forgot to do this because of ADHD. This morning I had this idea. I should make a little origami unicorn.
Yes, you should.
And just take it out and set it on the table, and you guys would
Done
know
a
right away.
man's job, sir.
That would have been fantastic.
Well, Brent, don't keep our listeners in suspense. What's the movie?
Oh yeah, it's called Blade Runner.
Yes.
It's like pulling teeth with this guy. You've talked about it for 5 minutes. What's the name of the goddamn movie? By the way, again, my favorite stand-up comic, Patton Oswalt, does a bit
Yeah.
where at the time his daughter Alice was very, very young, and he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to teach her any real life skills. You know, like other parents are teaching their kids CPR and how to ride a bike, and he's like, all I've got for you is snacks and Blade Runner trivia. Not sure that's going to get you out of a scrape, but you know. So I'm going to go with The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the eighth dimension.
No, that sucks. Defend that movie now.
That was just garbage. What the hell? Why do you exist with your bad opinions? And I'm definitely, we made a Raisin Bran joke earlier, but I'm getting some bran. I'm getting
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. You know what? You're not wrong.
Great.
You're not wrong. Anyway, so I go up to Ralph and I tell him, I just want to tell you, Mr. Macchio, thank you so much. He's like, Ralph, please. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Hurry,
right.
hurry. Thank you so much. Hurry.
And I was trying to decide, do I go with a really crappy movie? Because I love
Which you love crappy
yeah,
movies.
I love
Yep.
crappy movies, and there were so many that came out in the 80s.
That is true.
Hello, Toxic Avenger.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I just recently watched it, everybody. So
Yeah, Swamp Thing. All kinds
I
of
like
zombie
Swamp
movies
Thing.
came out. But it was not a great movie. Especially the part where he's fighting and the seams of his suit start coming off, and you see flaps hanging down.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
But his tutu stayed on.
yeah, suit stayed on. One of my favorite bits in that is the Stonehenge bit. It was so funny. I mean, that just hit home so
I think
hard.
the problem
Yeah.
might have been that a dwarf was in danger of crushing Stonehenge.
Or the Superman one that I stole from my stepdad. as I was digging through his closet for shit and finding his Playboys, and I found this one Superman comic. I'm like, I think I'll take this shit. And so, because he was a dick.
He puts the Playboys back.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he was a dick, so I was like, I think he probably might miss the Playboys, but I'm taking this.
I'm taking that.
Do it. Let's go.
So I first discovered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a comic book in my local bookstore in Conroe, Texas,
Yeah?
in 1985, right next to a very similar type of comic that never made it to the big screen called, and I'm not making this up, Space Beaver.
Man, you don't know where that shit's been.
Oh my gosh!
I kid you not.
Immediately, Naked Gun pops in my head.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh!
Nice.
Exactly.
Beaver.
Oh my gosh!
But I'm Larry Brantley. I'm here with Micah Donahoe
Hello.
and Brent Williams.
Hello.
Who was busy playing with his equipment, and that's not a euphemism. All right. So right out of the gate.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we're getting started.
Way to
early.
start.
Back
Here we
on.
go.
I've never seen a Chuck Norris film.
Not one? Not a
one.
single Chuck Norris movie.
I know of them. I know of Delta Force. I know of
Yeah.
all the sidekicks and various other ones that he did. I'm aware of.
Lone Wolf McQuaid?
Yes, apparently when he does
Micah,
push-ups, he pushes down the earth.
You can make your way back to the front of the house to your car. It's right through that
well,
door right
you
there.
can take this opportunity to educate me.
Well,
Or
we
shun me.
We will save that one for another time.
Have you ever been in a fancy restaurant and eaten a steak so great you thought, man, I wish I could roll this up and smoke it?
I have actually had that exact thought.
I have not, but I want to.
Yeah. Well, so now, since it's meant to be eaten with steak, I have some pieces of some filet mignon here.
You have actual steak.
Filet mignon. I already had some tonight, so I'm going to let you guys have it.
Mignon. It was my turn to bring the bottle this week, and I'm very excited because Brent has provided us with a very rich, dark, medium to full body, I'd say more toward the full bodied smoke. Whilst I have brought a bottle from a country we have not visited yet.
Arkansas?
That's
Florida?
not a country, Brent. That's why he's an engineer.
Thank you. I'm really excited about this because I got to tell you, my Irish whiskey experience is limited to Jameson and Bushmills.
you.
Well, any Irishman from the Republic would tell you,
That I'm missing out.
don't drink that Bushmill shite. That northern shite. All right. In 2017, real quick, we were in Ireland when I proposed to my wife. And I took a picture. We were at this cute little cabin on the extreme southwest of Ireland, out actually past Dingle in an area called Ballyferriter. And I'm sitting at this old wood table, and I had a notebook. And I just closed the notebook, and I put a pin there, and I put that bottle and a Glencairn, and I took a picture. And I was like, I'm going to write the next Ulysses. I didn't. I think I wrote a grocery list, but still, I was inspired.
But it was an epic grocery
It
list.
was an epic grocery list. It was stream of consciousness. It was days. Yeah, it was all of those things. Okay, the only thing we have left to kick this evening off, Mr. Micah Donahoe, is what we're going to talk about this evening, and I'm only going to preface this by saying I'm super excited. And once you hear, ladies and gentlemen, what the topic of conversation is, you are either going to get right up in there in your speaker or you're going to tune us right out. So here we go, Micah.
Well, I would like to point out two things. Number one, I haven't stepped on anyone's thunder tonight.
Well done. You get a gold
You
star.
are doing so well.
The
I'm
second
going to
thing-
bring a packet of gold stars.
think
Thank
you
you.
should.
Actually, my wife has some stickers over there for her students.
You going to be Monica, where you're going to hand me the sticker
Yeah.
to give you?
Yeah. I'm going to make the star myself.
Yes.
And hand it to you. One of the great skits, actually, is the one where the Scottish kilt maker gets an order for 48 million kilts,
Yeah.
because of the blancmanges are coming in. And then they try to turn everyone into Scotsmen. And because, everyone knows that the Scots are the worst at playing tennis. And all this was happening around Wimbledon.
Yes.
Because these aliens wanted to come in and win Wimbledon.
Michael Palin's character of the the man running from a long way away, and he's got a beard and white hair, and he just goes, "It's." And then they went into Terry Gilliam's animation. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, I had never done acid in my life, but I sort of felt like it. My first pick for my Monty Python sketch is the funniest joke in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely good.
So I
love it.
I know.
It gets translated to German.
So
but then they have to like separate. They had to like put people in different
They had
rooms.
to give them one word
Yeah,
apiece.
one word
so-
piece so that nobody.
You know,
so
it
that
starts
nobody.
with that great Eric Idle narration.
One
you
person
know, it's
heard two words.
This is
Yeah.
whoever it is, and
Yeah.
in a few minutes he will write the funniest joke in the world, and as a result, we'll die laughing.
Yeah.
So he does. So Palin keels over and dies. His wife rushes in. He's dead. Thinks it's a suicide note. Picks it up, reads it, laughs herself to death.
Yes.
And then it becomes this much bigger thing where, you know, the Graham Chapman's colonel comes in and goes, well, you know, we knew it had potential capabilities in the war, and so we had a team of people working night and day. Everyone only worked on one word to translate into German. One chap saw two words by mistake, spent several weeks in hospital, but made a recovery.
That's the one I was.
And then you've got guys running across the battlefield, yelling a joke in German, and the poor Wehrmacht is just falling over themselves,
falling
dying
out of
laughing.
trees and
Yes.
stuff.
That was but that's indicative
But
of
it was also funny because the Germans decided to retaliate and write their own jokes.
Yes.
But it made zero sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Hitler's
Germans
joke.
can't be funny.
Hitler's
Yeah, right.
joke. Was it like my dog smells so bad?
yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
it was.
How does it smell?
Yeah.
It lost-
Awful.
It lost the sense of smell. Yeah.
I will tell you this story. Now, I think I've told you guys this story offline before, but I'm going to tell it for our listeners. When I got the chance to see John Cleese live, he told a story. And it was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard because someone had written, I guess this person had heard it before, tell the German story. Well, I thought they were going to talk about the funniest joke in the world, but he told a true story. And here's the story. After the second season of Python, it's now been airing all across Europe. And so the one television station in West Germany approached the Pythons at the BBC and said, we would like you to come and perform live in West Germany to show the West German people what is comedy because we don't know what is comedy. And the fellas thought that this was so funny that they immediately agreed to do it, but they said, on condition, we will perform all of the sketches in German. And so they learned how to do all like Dead Parrot, Spam. Think of all the biggies, Lumberjack Song,
Yep.
all the biggies that they were going to perform live in several cities in West Germany. This is way before reunification. And they learned how to do them all in German. And so now Cleese says we have flown to Bonn, which was the capital city of West Germany at that time. And they're met by a handler who's driving a van. He goes, gentlemen, my name is Klaus. I will be your handler while you are here. I will take you to your hotel now. And then we have a very special tour for you this afternoon. We are going to take you to a piece of German history. I think you're going to really like it. And they said, sure. So they went and they put their bags in their room and they got back down and they drove several hours to way out in the country. And only gradually did they realize that they were driving up on an old concentration camp.
Oh.
That has now been turned into a museum.
Okay.
And so, and it wasn't Auschwitz. It might have been Dachau, but I let's just call it Dachau for purposes of the story, and then I'll fact check later. But they pull up in a van, and he goes, "Gentlemen, I'm very excited for you to be here at Dachau. I'm going to go talk to the guard in the guardhouse. We have arranged a private tour for you today, and you're going to be very excited." And they're all just dying in the van because they can't believe that this is the West German idea of tourism for British people. So he goes, so the gentleman toddled off, and he went to the guard shack, and he goes, and he comes back, and he's crestfallen. His head is down. He looks defeated, and he goes, "Gentlemen, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Dachau is closed on Thursday. I did not know. I'm so sorry. I thought it was some sort of miscommunication, but there is no way we can get into Dachau today. And from the back of the van, Graham Chapman goes, "Tell them we're Jewish."
Oh, no.
And everyone in the arena just fell out.
Oh, gosh.
And they all and Cleese said, and only Chapman could get away with saying some shit like that.
My first third, I am getting, and I've had a bunch of that whiskey, but I am getting garlic mashed potatoes.
Interesting.
Right?
What else did you have besides steak tonight?
Salad.
Is your left arm numb? We might have to cut this episode short, ladies and gentlemen.
Or just let it keep on going, Monty Python style.
That's fair.
I apologize. Brent has passed, and we will be continuing the show without him. And I will go up behind him and hold his head up and talk for him.
Yes.
So on this one, what's funny is that the notes are kind of tapering off for me, and I'm just getting toast. Just toast.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to that. It would have been funny if you would have gone, Brent is no more. Brent has ceased to be.
He has shuffled off his mortal coil and gone to meet his maker. He's
choir.
a stiff. The rest of life he rests in peace. If you hadn't nailed him to the perch, you'd be pushing up the daisies.
This is an ex-Brent.
The bit that I chose was never on television.
Oh.
It was on one of their albums. It was
Okay.
called Matching Tie and Handkerchief.
Oh. Tell
don't
me
know.
about this. And
Yeah, I
might
don't know it.
not
See,
know this one.
this is kind of what I hope for. The skit or the bit is called Word Association.
Okay.
So this is John Cleese, again, my favorite Python. He is giving an oral essay on the subject of word association.
Okay.
And while he is giving it, he is word associating. So it is one of the smartest bits of writing I've ever listened to. And I have a little bit of it to give you a flavor of what it is. He opens with, "Good evening. Tonight is the night I shall be talking about a flu, the subject of word association football. This is a technique out of living, much used in the practice makes perfect of psychoanalysis, sister and brother, and one that has occupied Papa the majority of my time squad by the time was right 1, 2, 3, 4 the last 5 years to the memory. It is quite remarkable, Baker Charlie, how much the Miller's son we may be CD effectively quite unaware of the factual fiction section of the Watford Public Library that we are even doing it. It's a far, far better thing I do." Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. My gosh.
Let's face it, there are countries that simply don't have a sense of humor. We don't have to name them because we all know who they are. But
Arkansas.
The fact, actually,
Live long and prosper all.
Keep your shirt on. I don't know what to sign
no,
off with.
that's your sign off.
It is.
That's your
That
sign
is
off.
your
Keep your shirt
sign
on.
off.
Live
Don't
long and
apologize.
prosper and keep your shirt on. There you go.
This has been a production of Nerdherfers, copyright 2024, all rights reserved. No portion, and I do mean no portion of this broadcast may be used without permission. Please visit nerdherfers.com for more information and full legal disclaimer, you nerd.